Hello, my lovelies. It's week 4, and I am so proud of y'all. You have done so much work in 3 weeks to really get all of the fundamental pieces of a business plan together. It's super, super impressive. I'm going to tell you a little secret to make you feel better if you're struggling. The stuff that you just did in 3 weeks is stuff that we taught over a 12-week boot camp when I worked with startups. So you are crushing it. And I just wanted to tell you that because I wanted to give you the power of what happens when you time box things and you set it to an hour or two, right? That is the power of working quickly and working instinctually is, as I've said multiple times during this course, the amount of time that something takes you is going to be the amount of time that you give it, right? So you are crushing it, and don't worry if it's not perfect. Nothing you do in this course or in your life is generally irreversible. There are very few decisions that you can't later on change your mind, but I will tell you from my personal experience that when you're working more instinctually and you're trusting your gut and your intuition, you're going to get better answers in general, and you're going to be better off if you stick to them. From a personal standpoint, I will tell you that all of the content that we're going over in this course that you've done in the last 4 weeks, I created over a year ago. I actually had everything built out in Google Doc formats. I've made some changes for this course and I've moved some things around, but I had it done a year ago and I never launched. I never put this course together. I never did the teaching because it wasn't good enough. I didn't know who my client was, yada, yada, yada. And I got really distracted. Actually, what happened is I got really sick back in March. I was in Vietnam. I got a parasite. And like from that point on, like my energy was really hard. That's another thing I should probably add a module about is managing your energy as an entrepreneur, because that really affects your business and your decision making. And so when I got sick, I started doing a couple of things. One, I just wasn't feeling good, so my brain wasn't mentally clear. So I started listening to external input. I started listening to a bunch of different coaches instead of one or two who I trusted. And I got so muddled with who my ideal client was and what I was offering that I really kind of destroyed any progress I had made in that business and kind of lost track of what I was really going after. And so now it's almost a year later from when I really got off track from my business, and I am basically starting over. It's really interesting. I just relaunched my personal or my business website, katepagoy.com, not the six-figure freelancer ones. And it's really so much closer to where it was when I started because it's more in line with what I actually want to do, with where my expertise is and what I want. And I have this clear plan again. It's almost exactly what I had back in January, and I didn't trust myself. Right. I would be so much further ahead in my business and in my path towards financial freedom if I had actually made a decision and stuck to it. So I highly encourage you that whatever happened in Module 3 when you were thinking about your ideal client and your industry, if you found yourself kind of a little waffly, go with what feels best over the next couple of weeks. But by the end of the course, pick something and stick with it. Anyway, about week 4. This week, because you have worked so hard, this week is going to be much lighter weight and much more fun. And moving forward, most of the projects are going to be hands-on. They're going to relate directly to your business, and they're going to be lighter weight because you've really just been doing a lot of deep work, right? You've been doing a lot of work not only on your mindset, but doing the foundational work that's going to set you up to be able to implement things in your business or to create the new business. So now we get to the fun stuff. So you're going to do, we've got 3 lessons this week. One is you're going to create an ideal client persona. You did most of the work, like 80% of the work for this in the last section. What you're going to do with the ideal persona is basically just put a face to all of the information that you did, and I'll talk about why in the lesson. And then we're going to talk a little bit about brand, what brand really is and isn't, what brand style and messaging and that sort of thing. And you'll do a couple of exercises on that for your personal brand, including starting to put together a brand style guide. Again, doesn't need to be perfect. Have fun with it. Do it in your own creative way. There is no wrong way to do any of this stuff except to do anything in an inauthentic manner to you. Have fun.